Josh Nelson, everybody, let him hear it. There goes Josh. Josh a lot. What about Jay Mandium, last guy you saw? Let's hear it for Jay Mandium. Never saw his parents kiss, man. I never seen my parents kiss either. They're not Indian, but they hated each other. So. Sometimes a right hook shows just how much you love someone. I saw a lot of those. Yeah, knockout. Alright, it's a good way to start. We'll go there. Domestic violence. It's not normally my go-to, but hey, it takes me there. I've been substitute teaching during the day for extra money. I hear people sighing over that. I don't think there's a more thankless job than being a substitute teacher. That's the only job where you're guaranteed to get every kid at their worst. You know what I mean? Nobody sees a substitute teacher and thinks, I should be on my best behavior today. Nobody thinks that. Do you guys remember having substitutes as kids? Do you guys remember that? Do you remember watching a substitute walk in? We would look at each other and it was agreed, like, yeah, we're all on the same page, we're gonna make this guy cry, right? We tried to make him cry. They were like, if he quits halfway through, it's half day, right? We can go home. That's what we thought. We tried to make her quit. We had a substitute, Miss Barbara, missing a leg. We made her quit within 10 minutes. Kids are mean, especially if they don't respect you. She couldn't get through a minute without somebody asking another question. Like, Miss Barbara, what happened? Where's your leg now? We thought she was like carrying it in her trunk. We had no idea. They don't let you go home early. She quit. We just had to join another class. So there's no pot of gold, guys. I'm sorry. I always forget that sometimes kids say things and then it has completely different meaning compared to when adults says things. Let's hang out with comics all the time. And sometimes a kid will say something and then I'm like, it has completely different meaning compared to when adults say that. I had a kid come up to me. He was like real intense and he made eye contact with me. Really, he's like, Mr. Steven, you want to go on a wild ride? And that's how he said it. It's just like Matthew McConaughey, wild ride. And I was like, yeah, I want to try this ride. But just so we're on the same page, we're talking about mushrooms, right? We're going to do mushrooms. We should probably do them at recess instead of in class. What do you want to do? He wanted to go down the slide together. That was his idea of a wild ride. It's not a wild ride, man. Then I had to call his parents. It was this whole thing. I had to call them. They'd be like, look, man, your kids are offering me drugs and he's not following through. It was just a whole thing. This whole thing. His dad had to come and deliver the shrooms to me. He's like, God, come on, your kid's a tease, bro. You're raising a tease. I had another kid. I love it when kids regurgitate things that obviously weren't their own ideas. That's the best. Because no kid has a political agenda. No kid has formed racially. You know, no kid is a racist at it. They hear the parents. And sometimes they'll repeat things. You're like, oh, that's who your parents are. They're terrible people. I had a kid got real mad at somebody else. He got real mad at us. He's like, so at least I'm not a stupid Mexico. That's what he said. He called him a Mexico. Somebody you're owing, that's not racist. He tried to be racist, I get it. I see what he was doing. But technically, he didn't pull it off. What do you do in that situation? I had no idea. Do I just guide him along as a teacher? Yo, Connor, come here. Connor, it's Mexican, bro. This close. Go right on the board 500 times so you get that right. If we're going to do racism, let's nail it. Huh, Connor? Stupid Mexico. There's always one, you know it's going to be a long day, I'll walk into the classroom and kids will warn me about a kid that's not there yet. He's like, oh, I shouldn't have showed up. I had a kid, they're like, you better hope Victor doesn't show up. Oh, God. I have no idea who Victor is, but I hope he doesn't show up too. I don't want him to come. Call him, tell him not to come. Tell him school's canceled today. He shows up, he's like 35 with like facial hair. Didn't we party together? Most kids like me because I'm the one stuff that comes up and I just pull them all in together. I'm like, listen kids, listen. I don't want to be here. So, let's get this over with, huh? I don't want to teach, you don't want to learn, let's get this through. And then we just watched like 6 hours of my old stand-up clips on YouTube. pause me at any point, guys, if you have a tag for any bestiality jokes. Connor, I'm looking at you. Racist in the back? You guys try to San Diego, this might be the most beautiful city in the country. I always forget how beautiful this place is. But then every time I come down here, you know what else I forget? I also forget how close it is to Mexico. Why don't we talk about that more? Mexico's right there. Does that not seem rude to anybody else? That doesn't seem rude to put our nicest city in the country next to Tijuana, their worst. No? Nothing wrong with that. And they were like, also guys, you can't come over, I'm sorry. That's rude. That's rude on our part. It's not like there's a big buffer zone. It's San Diego, boom, Mexico. You open your door, like, oh, poverty, okay, you just close it. Oh, look at that. You look north instead. That's why we get so much illegal immigration that comes over to the San Diego border. It's not Mexico's fault. They have no idea. They don't know any better. They look over from TJ, they see San Diego, they think the rest of the country is just as nice. They have no idea. They think it's all good vibes and sunshine. They don't know. No idea. They have no idea that we've got a Midwest we're completely ashamed of. They have no idea we've got a Kansas. They don't know about Kansas. Where are you guys from? Because you said no. Yeah, it's even worse. But that's even better. I thought you were going to want. I said Kansas, you went with Illinois? Alright. That's right. Here's how we can end illegal immigration, right? We're not going to be mean, right? We're not going to be mean. We're not going to use violence. We're going to trick Mexico. Okay? We're going to trick them. We're going to move our cities around. Okay? We're going to feng shui the country a little bit. Because guess what? I guarantee you nobody would be in a hurry to get over that border if we put Detroit in their face. No way. No way. If anything, they'd look over concerned. They'd go, what's... Guys, you know what? I was doing a lot of thinking. I think we should just stay here. It's much nicer here. It's much nicer. And you can't drink their water either, so...